Tonight, delivering on a campaign promise in his first day in office, President Trump signed a number of executive orders dealing with immigration. The orders are sending forces to patrol the border, and other orders are severely restricting immigration.
People in the Bay Area, from lawyers to social workers who deal with the migrant community, say there is a lot of fear right now about what will happen next. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joins us live. He's in Tampa tonight. Jeff.
Good evening, Stacey and Josh. We're talking about hotel employees, people in the service industry, people in the construction industry, and of course farm workers. But right now, many people in the migrant farm community are very concerned about the possibility of mass deportations.
As promised, on day one, President Trump took pen in hand and signed executive orders dealing with immigration. Those orders are striking fear in the migrant community.
People are very panicked. They're very highly stressed. I think the over coverage of some of the sound bites might be difficult. Particularly, I know the executive orders that were signed last night have caused a lot of people to panic, and the discontinuation of some programs have also made them fearful.
Daniel Hernandez is an attorney in Tampa who specializes in immigration law. And right now, she's fielding a lot of questions.
People are asking me what is going to happen with their current proceeding.
For some who already have pending deportation orders, the news is not good.
I think most people that are here under what's called OSUP, the Order of Supervisory Release, will most likely be facing deportation.
Anna Lamb is an advocate who helps people in the migrant community. She says the president's new executive orders will impact thousands in Florida.
Essential workers. It could be construction, restaurants, hotels.
And for many, she says the real fear is the uncertainty of what happens next.
We know lawsuits are going to be there, but we don't know how it's going to go. We don't know how it's going to look like, and that's the problem because we haven't faced this before.
Both of these advocates told me today there will likely be legal challenges to these presidential executive orders, but they say no one knows right now how long those legal challenges might take and what will happen as a result. Live in Tampa, Jeff Patterson, 8 on your side.